flesh-eating bacteria that can kill in 2 days spreads in Japan.
Here's a summary of the article.
A disease caused by a rare, flesh-eating bacteria that can kill people within 48 hours is spreading in Japan after the country relaxed COVID-era restrictions. Cases of streptococcal toxic shock syndrome reached 977 this year by June 2, higher than the record 941 cases reported for all of last year, according to the National Institute of Infectious Diseases, which has been tracking incidences of the disease since 1999. Have a confidential tip for our reporters? Get in touch. It's on the Bloomberg terminal.
This post received a score of 18,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
At the current rate of infections, the number of cases in Japan could reach 2,500 this year, with a mortality rate of 30%.
COVID was bad because of the low mortality rate and how long folks stayed infectious. Wasn't it a 1.5% mortality rate? If this has a 30% chance to kill you in 2 days, it's less likely to spread.
COVID was particularly bad because of the delay between infection and symptoms, as well as being infectious in that period before visible symptoms started.
The Black Death could incubate for 30 days, leave you with mild symptoms for 2 weeks, suddenly get worse and then kill you in 2 days. That's how it spread all over medieval Europe and kept coming back.
I don't like the sound of this Black Death germ. Seems like a big meanie.
It's one of the worst ever, like half of people died. People would come across little towns and villages that were completely wiped out. There were no farmers to plant and harvest crops, so it came with a famine. And war as lords looked to take advantage of the plague to expand their fiefdoms. It was pretty horrific, the reason the Dark Ages were dark. People thought it was the apocalypse.
It gave us the word quarantine as well, as it related to Italian towns, if I remember correctly, who wouldn't allow ship's crew to enter the town if they showed any symptoms for 40 days. Italian for 40 is quaranta.
Venice, I believe.
It was Dubrovnik, Croatian city in 14th century.
Dubrovnik was part of the Republic of Venice until 1358, so he wasn't wrong.
I encountered a lot in the UK last year, causing severe complications such as amputations in children and younger adults. It's no joke. If you have severe pain in disproportion to a cut, graze on your skin plus or minus flu-like symptoms, go to A&E ASAP as it's a surgical emergency. Do not reuse razors kept in showers. Thankfully it is quite rare.
Care to expand on the razors part?
Razors should always be stored somewhere dry. If they're stored in a shower, it leads to accumulating more bacteria and rust and a higher chance of a serious infection.
Man, I've been using the same razor on my nuts for the last 3 years. Is my wiener going to fall off?
Yes, you better say goodbye now.
Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye, my lover.
You have been the one.
You have been the one for me.
Why don't you just buy the whole song? I just want a taste.
Funny how there's a paywall but the beginning is identical to this article.
Thanks for sharing the non-paywall. Any article posted with paywall should have the content posted as a comment by op. People are just reading the title, which in many cases might be misleading.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.